Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the SV Life podcast of 2020. I'm Erin, and my co-host for today is Natalie.
Hello.
I am also joined by Emily, Brooke, and Alyssa. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Is water wet? Do you guys think water is wet?
I think water would be wet because, if it weren't wet, then how would you get wet? So, yes, water's wet.
I agree.
It's wet, but it's also dry, but it's not wet. But it's wet.
I wouldn't say dry.
I don't know, it's if you put water on top of water, the water just touched, is it wet? No, it's continuously the same thing, so it couldn't be wet. If you put water on top of the water, the water that the water just touched, it isn't wet, it's still the same thing. So
but if you put water on top of an ice cube,
the ice cube is not wet, it's still the same thing, so why would the water be wet?
no, it does get wet. The whole thing is just wet.
Because
I feel like I'm not intellectual enough to answer this question, but to answer your question, it is not wet.
Follow-up question.
This is so confusing.
Wait, Alyssa, is water wet or is it not wet?
I think it's both.
Yes.
Equality for all types of water out there.
Yes.
Water. Shout out. Follow-up question. Do you guys think a thumb is a finger?
Brooke, you can go first.
I always thought a thumb was a finger, but then someone told me it wasn't a finger, and now I'm just confused.
Emily?
I think it is a finger because it's also a bone. It's still a bone in your body, and it does the same job as your other fingers do. So
Yeah.
I'd consider it a finger. It still has two joints like a finger.
Mm-hmm.
It still does a job as a part of your hand. So yeah, it can be considered a finger.
Yeah, I also think that it's a finger because when we were young, we were taught that we have 10 fingers. So where's you gonna go?
Plus, isn't it made up of finger bones?
Yeah, but yes. So for this episode, our discussion will be about amusement parks. So first question, what is an amusement park that you'd like to visit right now? Personally, I want to visit Six Flags because I've only gone on 3 rides and I want to see more of the park.
Alyssa?
Oh, I want to go to Universal Studios because because when I first went, I barely even got to see the whole park. So, yeah.
The last time we went there.
Brooke?
I want to go to Six Flags and Universal Studios because I went to both places quite a bit, and I haven't been to both in a long time.
Yeah.
Emily?
I want to go to Six Flags because the roller coasters there are a lot of fun, and in my opinion, Universal. I like the rides at Universal, except I feel like they need to add more thrill rides, like ones where you get excited about it.
Personally, I would love to go to Knott's Berry Farm because this year I was looking forward to it because our elective class I'm in, SV Life, we were going to go to Knott's Berry Farm, but we didn't. And I'd also want to go to Disneyland. I don't know why. I just miss it.
I've never been to Disneyland.
It's really fun.
I've been to Disneyland
but really
twice.
Expensive and will break your pockets.
All right, moving on. What's your favorite amusement park right now?
Brooke?
I'd have to say every amusement park.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Personally, my favorite amusement park would probably be, oh my gosh, I think it would be Knott's Berry Farm because I've been going there since I was a really kid.
Really?
It's one of the first amusement parks I used to go to, and it's really fun. I really like it. I have a lot of good memories connected to Knott's Berry Farm.
Wow. Last year was my first time going to Knott's Berry Farm because I was in Sierra Life elective class last year. That was fun.
Yeah,
Food was good.
that was fun.
That was fun.
Emily?
Uh, personally, my favorite place to go is probably Six Flags, because the thrill rides. I'm in it for the screams, really.
Ooh, nice.
Alyssa?
I don't go to many amusement parks that often, and I hate thrill rides. So I would have to say like either Disneyland or Universal.
I
absolutely hate thrill.
Oh, well, I wanted to add something. I also, Disneyland is also my favorite, along with Knott's Berry Farm. Because, like, I remember when I was a kid, my mom used to buy a season pass when they were a lot cheaper. And we used to go, like, almost, like, every week because it used to be really cheap, like, to go there. But now it's, like, you have to, like, it literally costs an arm to get a general admission for, like, for both parks. But, yeah, Disneyland is also one of my favorites.
Nice. Alyssa, I honestly feel you because I remember going on a roller coaster that like did a loop-de-loop, but that was doing that. And then when I got off, I hugged the floor because I was so scared of just falling.
You would not survive at Tatsu at Six Flags. That ride is like really intense.
Isn't there like one ride? I think it's called the X or something, where you go on it and then like it goes backwards.
Oh, I haven't been on that one. I would love to go on that one though.
I
don't know why.
I kind of want to go on X2, but whenever I ask someone if I should, they're like, no. And whenever I ask my friends to go with them, they're like, no.
Do it for the fun. Do it for the
fun.
X2.
I kind of just realized what you were saying. I love X2.
You love it?
Yes. Every time I get on it, the line is like out of the line of where it ends. So like I have to like use up my whole time at the park just to wait to get into the line.
Really?
Yeah.
When I went on X2, it was at the all school dance. That was like a couple months, I think. The line wasn't that long.
Well, I mean, I go there at like park hours, so.
Oh yeah.
Like the good midday sun hours.
Yeah, those are pretty busy. Okay, well, speak of rides, what's your favorite ride from your favorite park?
Who would like to go first? Emily?
I like, as I said, I like X2, but I think my favorite is that like one waterlog ride. I always forget the name of it. I like it a lot. I like getting wet on rides. I like being scream on rides. So that one is like the 2-timer that I like.
Ooh, nice.
Alyssa?
Honestly, I forgot the name of the ride, but I know it's the Simpson ride in Universal Studios.
I think it's just called the Simpson ride.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think it's just called the Simpson ride. The rides at Universal, they just call it by like whatever movie that's it's called.
You know, the
Jurassic
one. Those.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Personally, my favorite ride would probably be like the water rides at amusement parks. There's this one water ride at Disneyland. It's like in the California, not the adventure one, and it's like you're in a log, and it's like really cool, and it's like I love it. It's like one of the OG rides I love. And I don't watch Harry Potter at all, but like the Harry Potter ride at Universal was so cool. Like the way like the ride was designed, that was such a cool ride. Yeah, but the line is so long. Like we were waiting like in the hot sun for like so long, but like the ride is kind of worth it. It's worth the wait.
That's why
it
for
took
that
me like
ride,
2 hours to get in.
That's why for that ride I go in the single rider line. Because that line is a lot shorter. I get to it quicker.
I remember going on the ride that Natalie was talking about, the one with the Harry Potter. I remember riding on it with my cousins, and then it just stopped. It just stopped.
My gosh.
And we were dangling. We were like, look.
Oh,
Okay. What do you think is the scariest ride you've ever been on?
Brooke?
there was this ride at Six Flags. It's actually kind of my favorite ride, but it was also kind of scary because, like, at the very beginning, you got turned horizontally, so your face was facing the ground and your feet were in the air, and then like you stayed like that for a while until you got like shot off forward, and I don't remember what it's called.
Wait, which ride are you talking about? Where's the ride?
In Six Flags.
Oh, is it the one where you had to pay for it or something like $5?
No.
Oh, slingshot. Like the literal slingshot.
No, it was like in like the Justice League place or something. I don't remember what it was.
Oh, the Riddler!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it the one where you're kind of standing in the ride?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that ride. It's so uncomfortable. Like, they're like, you're standing, right? Like, on the ride?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not one of my favorites. I think the scariest ride is probably Tatsu at Six Flags. Like, you're sitting down, and then they, like, pull you back, so you're on your stomach. And I have, like, this intense fear every time I'm on that ride. Like, it's just gonna break, and you're just gonna fall, like body flat on the floor. And it's, like, so scary. But, I mean, it's a pretty thriller ride. It's, like, not one for beginners.
Oh, have you guys ever been on the new Six Flags ride, like Crazanity or something, with the big wheel?
Oh, no. I want to go on it, though, so bad.
I've never
I've been on it twice.
Oh my god, how
Was it scary?
Yes. It was also very
Emily?
loud.
Yeah, I bet. Emily, would you like to say one of your scariest rides?
I relate to yours. I'm so scared to go on that ride that I've never gone on the ride. I don't have the audacity to go on it.
Yeah. Alyssa, would you like to add on to that?
Well, my scariest ride was when I was in Disney World.
Mhm.
I didn't know the ride had a loop-de-loop in it because it was inside. And then when I got on with my sister, I was terrified.
I relate. I think the scariest one I've ever been on was that.
Oh my gosh, for a second I thought you were crying. I was like, oh my gosh, she actually cried on the podcast. I was a little scared there for a second. Okay. Erin, I'm sorry.
It's
Go
okay.
on.
I think the scariest. I feel like Knott's Berry Farm has like calmer rides. I'm pretty sure, probably. I'm not very sure, but I think the scariest one I've ever been on. I don't remember what it's called, but it's the one where like you're strapped down in like one place, like in a row, and then it like carries you, and then like it flails you. Like, it.
So,
I don't-
is it the pink one, the pink and blue one?
I think it was pink purple, probably. I remember it being a little bit purple.
Which
Like when you're in the line, there's a TV and there's like a car and like stuff like showing you and stuff, right? Or something.
It's like it raises you up and then like it spins you, and like it rocks you
Spins you.
like upside down.
Upside down.
Very dizzy. Makes you very dizzy.
Oh gosh, I've been to Knott's Berry Farm and I don't remember this ride.
I don't know what it's called. If only I did.
Okay. Oh, before we go on, I was just remembering like our favorite rides at an amusement park. I think my favorite ride would be like there's this one called Around the World or something like that at Disneyland, where like you're in a seat and then it brings you up and then there's like a screen in front of you and then it shows you all over the world, and then like sometimes they'll give you a cent to whatever it was, and it was like really cool. I love that ride. That was one of my favorite rides.
Yeah, it was basically kind of like one of those things where you're on like a giant kite thing and you're like flying around the whole world.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. But you
Really?
can go on. Ask the next question.
All right. Have you ever been to Fright Fest at Six Flags, and did you like it?
Emily?
Yes, I have, and I love it so much. It's like it like boosts my my Halloween spirit like full load.
Emily? I mean, Brooke. Sorry.
I haven't, and I don't think I want to.
Me
Why
too.
not?
Me
It's
too.
so fun.
I don't know. I'm not even really that sure what it is, except it's Six Flags during October.
Yeah. Alyssa?
Never been, and I don't want to.
You guys are not true Santa Claritiers.
What
Santa Claritiers. If you've never been to breakfast at Six Flags. But
Wouldn't it be funny if, like, one day, Natalie, Emily, like, they take us to go to Fright Fest at Six
oh my
Flags?
gosh, I have really a good experience. I remember like in 2018 and 2019, I didn't go for like 2 years. But I remember like in 2017, the last time I went with a group of my friends, and we went to go to like I think it was Scream. So you had to like walk through like time, like the theme time or something. And I literally started to cry. Like I started bawling my eyes out because like there's this like sometimes like the scarers, like the people who are scaring you, they're a little crazy, they're a little spooky. So like I was walking through, and like one of them was hiding like behind like something, I don't remember what, and then they scared me, and I literally bawled my eyes. I was crying, and I went running to get out of there. And my mom kept dragging me towards to the man, and I was like, oh my god, stop, because my mom was like supervising like me and my friends, and I literally started crying, and my friends just left without me. My mom was like dragging me to the scare. It was like such a traumatic experience. But it was fun. And I started crying, but like it was fun. I loved it. But not at the time. But now I loved it.
Nice.
I think one of the last time I went, well, one of the last times I remember going to Fright Fest, I remember seeing Harley Quinn there and stuff, and a
Ooh.
bunch of like DC supervillains, because I was in the DC area. It was like a little like parade they were having. We were there super late, and we had fun though. And I just want to say during Fright Fest, after dark, after sunset, like it seems to get scarier. Like
I think they did that on purpose.
like with the lights and that like feeling and look to it, it kind of just adds this sort of like feeling to you, like, oh, this is different.
I've never been to Fright Fest, but I have been to amusement parks where it's like near Halloween or during Halloween, and it's past 6. Whoo, you bet me and my family are running out of there. And that's all we have for Plainsman. If you want to suggest some topics or questions for future podcasts, click on the form in the description. Make sure to subscribe and like for more. We'll see you next time. Have an awesome day. Bye.
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 Bye.